I don't know why I keep doing this to myself. I really don't. And I don't know why. I don't know why I'm upset tonight because I've been trying to find my zen. I've been trying to deter into bits. I've been deflecting. You know what? Quite frankly, I've been a coward this week. And I really, really, really fucking hate the Boston Celtics. I do. And so I don't know why I got roped into thinking the Heat actually had a chance tonight. I don't know why I did. Because I'm a fool. Because I'm a stupid boy. Because I'm Wild Heat Coyote. But somehow I let myself believe in delusion and stupidity. These are the only things that can make it when Jaime Jaquez Jr. hits a second corner three. I really thought to myself, maybe tonight's their night. Maybe tonight is the Heat's night. But why would I let myself do that? How could you be so stupid, Tobin, to think that this team could pull off something like that in beating a team that has not only passed you but lapped you, left in the dust, left in ruin. This is what the Boston Celtics have done to you. Not even their full squad, but same story. Just a different path. It's like it is a different route, but the Heat always get to their destination. Maybe they go more direct like they did against the Clippers, or sometimes they take A1A scenic to fourth quarter Collapseville. But same story, same song and dance, a lot of good things, a lot of positive basketball tonight in the first half and some way through the third quarter. But then Derek White took over. And Derek White, who might as well take residency at 601 Biscayne Boulevard, he might as well take his PJs, kick his feet up on Pat Riley's desk, and start living there as an Airbnb. Because that dude, that's his house right now. That is his house. And I am irresponsibly pissed off tonight because what is it? 6 straight losses to Boston? 6 straight losses to Boston? I don't even know if that includes playoffs. 6 straight losses to Boston. Haven't beat them in your house since game 3 of the 2023 Eastern Conference Finals. This isn't even the drinking bit tonight. Like, I legitimately need this. I am flabbergasted with that loss tonight. And it should be I don't know why, because it should be the least surprising thing ever. And Spo is just out here throwing stuff against the wall, dude. And, oh, wouldn't you know it? Classic. Khalil Ware goes out there. He actually starts the fourth quarter pretty darn good with some good energy. He gets a nice little putback to get to the free throw line. He deters a pass to lead to a Wiggins steal, which gets Wiggins to the free throw line. He gets a nice little block on Peyton Pritchard. Takes 1-3. Spells like can't have him out there. Sorry. Duncan, you go guard Al Horford, dude. Genius. No, it's great. I'm fine. Oh, man. First quarter starts off today. Celtics got off to like jackrabbits right out of the gate. They start 4 for 4 from downtown. They're up 12-4. Miami calls a timeout. They start chipping away, eking away. It was really a story of Boston doing what they do, which is just, unload threes, and Miami was doing efficient baskets in the paint. And they started working their way back, honestly. Andrew Wiggins started getting cooking a little bit. He found Kel'el Ware for a big-time slam. And then Davion Mitchell, the Heat had a little switch in the starting lineup today. Spo decides to go Bam, Tyler, Duncan Robinson. No Davion Mitchell. Jaime Jaquez Jr. instead of Kel'el Ware, and Andrew Wiggins was still in the starting lineup. And so he comes out of the gate. He hits a three. And the Heat, who looked like they were headed for disaster, they have a pretty good rally there at the end of the first quarter to make it a 7-point game. Drew Holiday got off to a really hot start for Boston. They were 6 of 13 from downtown. Miami started 2 of 8. And Bam scored 7 points in the first quarter. He would finish today with 9. Love this strategy, by the way, of his hottest month ever, and I love the strategy of stop giving him the basketball. That's awesome because that really engages him in the fourth quarter. Smart, just great team operation. Great. Davion Mitchell continues to be a catalyst. He gets a beautiful and one to get Miami within 7. Andrew Wiggins has his shot going. Gets a sick fadeaway while Pritchard's going back. They trade threes. Andrew Wiggins finds Kel'el Ware for a bucket, gets the Heat to within 3. Boston calls a timeout. Out of the timeout, Davion Mitchell hits a 3-ball, ties it at 37 apiece. He gets 9 points, 4 rebounds in 12 minutes. And then Miami gets back on top out of the timeout. Tyler Hero finds Pelle Larsson on the baseline for the jam. So Miami had worked its way all the way back. So you're like, all right, you know what? Showed a little guts, could have wilted. The way the team's going, I'm feeling a little sense of pride here. I'm feeling okay. And you had Wiggins today just looking good. He does the spin move. He's feeling himself. He's looking good. He's got the jumper over Derek White. Miami's tied at the break, 50 apiece. You're feeling it. You're like, all right. Andrew Wiggins off to a hot start. He's got 14 points. Tyler Hero's got a dozen. Davion Mitchell, 9 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal in the first half. Sitting pretty. Tatum's having a clunky start, so you're figuring he's probably going to get going with his 12 points on 11 shots. But even still, Drew Holiday had a hot start. Boston, it was really a weird thing. They were 10 of 28 from 3. But had 17 makes overall. So their field goal percentage was 38% on the first half, while the Heat were shooting 52%. No minutes for Terry Rozier tonight. We can't blame him. Scary Terry got 0 minutes in this game. So, it was rough. Ron Rothstein, telling the truth, which is that Bam Adebayo was all over the place in that first half and that he was nervous there for a second. And then Ron said just something really profound, which was with the free throw shooting, the Heat, they're not bad, but they're not good. I'm like, that honestly, maybe that could be the story of this season. It wasn't bad, but they're not good. Well, now they're bad. Honestly, they're bad. They are bad. They're bad. Just pathetic. Bam Adebayo would score his lone bucket of the second half early on. He would blow by Al Horford. He'd get Miami to within 1, 53-52. And then Jaime. This was the cool story of the third quarter is Jaime Jaquez Jr. really had a nice physical moment where he had a beautiful putback, and then he hits a corner 3 from Bam Adebayo. Beautiful setup by Bam to put the Heat up 5. Tatum would answer with a 3. Holiday would get a steal and score, but then Jaime would then come back, put Miami back up 4 with his 3-ball. But that was about the last time you're like, I allowed myself to believe. Tatum then airballed a 3. I'm like, cool, we're good. Nope, he'd come back strong. He'd bully Tyler Hero. He'd get them to within 2. The Heat would call timeout. Coming out of it, they would hit back-to-back threes. Boston would go on a big run. Pritchard killing Miami. Tatum would hit a jumper to give Boston the lead going into the fourth quarter. And, Spo decides 90 seconds of Khalil Ware in the fourth quarter is too many seconds. Derek White comes in, and he just starts – he had been terrible all game. Couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. Comes out. He hits 3 3-pointers in the fourth quarter. And you're just like, what did I do to deserve this? 3 of 5 from downtown. Derek White finished with 18 points. He had a dozen in the fourth quarter alone. 3 from downtown. Crazy. So much firepower on that Boston team, even with Jaylen Brown out. Like, they just keep chucking bombs. And, it was Drew Holiday in the first half, and it was Derek White in the second half. And Tatum obviously was going to get going, even though, you just knew that was probably inevitable. And, like, once you really needed the jugular on it, Tatum was nailing everything. This Heat team turning the ball over left and right. In this second half, Andrew Wiggins caught his own miss, got called for a travel. Bam, then dribbled it off his foot with Kata in front of him. Pella Larson missed a 3-ball. Hero made one of the lone tough jumpers because Bam got stripped by Al Horford. The Heat were just playing hot potato all over the place. This kept happening, just getting crunched down. One time it ends with Bam Adebayo in the corner. He gets it blocked by Kata. And then another one, it ends up in Jaime Jaquez's hands. Probably should have just gone out on top with Jaime in the third quarter. He ends up airballing a floater at the end of the shot clock. You're just like, geez Louise. Last good moment for Miami. Wiggins had great defense on Tatum, and he did a pretty solid job on him tonight. But, he made him work for every bucket. But Wiggins slammed it, and I think that was Wiggins, they did go to him a lot in the fourth quarter today. But he just was missing a ton. That was the noticeable thing. They really tried to feed Andrew Wiggins a lot. And Andrew Wiggins has been a bit of a first half wonder for the Miami Heat. I know you're going to look at his box score and you're going to be like, 23 points, pretty good for Andrew Wiggins. Yeah, but his second half tonight was it left a lot to be desired, and especially the fourth quarter. He finished 2 of 8. One of those threes was window dressing when it was all over. His second half tonight, 3 of 11. That's kind of been a theme for him where he gets out to really hot starts for Miami. It's just been so bleh for this team. Just is what it is. Davion Mitchell would hit a step back 3 to make it 90-86, and Derek White would answer right back for his third 3-ball of the fourth quarter. And then you had Wiggins rattle in and out. He misses. Then Derek White would go to the line to extend their lead, and then Wiggins would do a spin move at the rim. He blows a bunny. Al Horford then has nobody on him, and he just gets right to the rim. Of course, Khalil Ware right there on the bench. Tyler Hero shoots a 3. He's completely short on it. And then Davion Mitchell gets a BS foul called on him by Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum does 3 things to cheat. They try and challenge it, but it's sweet, precious baby Jason Tatum. So the NBA is like, nope, unsuccessful challenge. They come out of that. Jaime Jaquez bobbles it to himself and then shorts it at the rim, gets blocked by the rim. Really tough go for Jaime after a strong third quarter, and I guess a pretty good game overall. Wiggins would then hit a 3-ball the next time out, and Tatum would answer. It was over. So 6 straight losses for the Miami Heat. They've lost 7 out of 8. That only win is a Wizards win. They are 29 and 37. The Miami Heat are 8 games under 500. Well, the Boston Celtics improve to 48 and 19. And I got to tell you, I don't know, because I know that he got to get on a bird and they got the Memphis Grizzlies tomorrow night. But I really hope that this one, I really hope that the brass, all of them, the Arisons, Pat Riley, Andy Ellisberg, Spo, the whole brain trust, the players, specifically Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, the guys who have been here through all the battles, Haywood Highsmith. It's got to be pretty sobering to see a team that you used to go toe-to-toe with. It might as well be galaxies away right now. That's how far the franchises are away from each other. And yeah, it's tough not to look at it and be like, well, the only thing that really gave you a fighting chance in that was Jimmy Butler. And as much as, whatever the antics being what they are, whatever you didn't want to do to pay him, you not only let him go and didn't pay him. Fine, we've rehashed that a lot. But the bigger thing is always going to be Tatum and Brown, when they weren't good enough and they couldn't get past, and Jaylen Brown was getting made fun of because he couldn't dribble, and Jason Tatum was shrinking and then shriveling it up in series. Boston went and made moves to get better, and Miami did nothing. And now did so much. And the only thing that they did, Terry Rozier, DNP-CD tonight. So no blame to Terry. Fire up your Instagram, dude. You're good. It's not on Terry Rozier. It's on everybody. But it's mostly on that front office. It's mostly on that front office, and it's on that coaching staff and that head coach. Because this has felt like a rudderless ship since the new year. And it just feels like he's throwing stuff up against the wall. And you guys wasted Goran Dragic's time today, making him come to shoot around. You used him as adorable propaganda. And here you are, yet again, all the stops, another fourth quarter collapse. Tastes like sadness. I'm going through that to kill. This is not. I'm going through this too quickly. All right, those are only post-game sadness shots. I'm not drinking otherwise. That's a lie. But mostly it is just post-game drinking sadness. So, I don't know. I'm not listening to post-game tonight. I was not boots on the ground. I'll be there next Wednesday against Detroit. But this is unacceptable. And, I hope the Miami Heat and everybody there, whatever they do this summer, do a lot of soul searching to figure out how it got to this so quickly. How it got to this so quickly. And where things went awry. Because, you are sitting here in a situation, 8 games under 500. The Blazers going to even you up in wins. Maybe pass you by the weekend. Jimmy Butler nearly undefeated on his new team. And the Boston Celtics champions and maybe on the path to a repeat. And your response in all of that was a desperate trade to get Kyle Lowry out of your locker room for a dude who is not even playing against the Celtics anymore voluntarily, and another one who you didn't want to pay and forced his way out. There is a lot of soul searching that organization has to do. The stars of that team have to do. That coach has to do. because I think the reason I'm so pissed off tonight is that I fucking hate the Boston Celtics, and they have used your arena like a litter box for the last 2 years. You've done nothing about it, and now it's the same sad, sick joke every single fourth quarter. You guys completely wilt. You have no direction, no plan, no go-to moves. It just feels like you're spinning a wheel every single time. And if anything has always been true of the Miami Heat, they always felt like they had direction. They always felt like they had order. And right now, it just feels like disorder, chaos, and all I'm getting is a bunch of gobbledygook every press conference about forging on, not letting go of ropes, beautiful things on the other side. And yet it's the same movie every single game. And it's not acceptable. It's not acceptable to the fan base. As you said, Eric Spoelstra, games ago, you know what the expectations are. Congratulations. You're part of that. You made this town love basketball. You're one of the big pieces of that. Pat Riley, you're one of the pieces that made this town love basketball just as much as it does football. You're part of that. So what are you going to do to fix it? Because this is so woefully pathetic that this continues to happen the same way every single game. And I'd like to think that this is some conspiracy that you're sick tanking to get Cooper Flag and you're trying not to get fined like the Utah Jazz, but I know that's not the case. Like, I can do bits with my Army helmet and my Guru light, but I'm being dead ass here. The sick part of it is you guys are trying to win, and this is where you are. And it's not good enough. Not even close, and it hasn't been. And you guys have been pushing a rock uphill since you guys lost to the Denver Nuggets, and you thought you were going to bully your way into Damian Lillard, and as soon as that blew up in your face, you've had no plan B. And you've been playing catch up ever since. And the Celtics are Usain Bolt versus a turtle. It's unacceptable. It's not good enough. And this is unbelievably depressing to watch. That's the facts. Good night, everybody.